Hello everyone, and welcome back to this third video for Project Operations Core. We're trying to get to creating a Pro-Forma invoice as soon as possible. So far we had just set up three items: contracting unit, um, cost price and sales prices, one resource role amongst existing ones. Quickly went through the sales cycle, created a lead, opportunity, quote lines, and a project contract. And now we're going to look at a project contracts line item, look at the milestones, mark one of them as ready to invoice, and see how we can create a Pro-Forma invoice. So far we have not done any transactions on the project, like we have not done any expense entries, time entries, or any material consumptions. We have kept the project as simple as possible, and in this quick series we are going to go ahead and create our first Pro-Forma invoice with a bare minimum setup. Alright, let's go back to the system. So here we are. Now, as you can see on my screen, in the previous video we had left off at the invoice schedule. We had set up the invoice frequency. We had tagged the invoice frequency actually. I'm not going through the setup really. And we have gotten to the start of the project, that is the build start date of when the billing should happen and the requested delivery date of when the project should end. Between those we created all these different milestones using create milestone, periodic milestone button, and it created these in equal parts. You're free to change those values, but let's do one thing. Let's just quickly go ahead and change the invoice schedule status to ready for invoicing. Currently all of these are set to not ready for invoicing. You can either click edit and change it, or we also had a button on the grid itself, so you can change it from here. In older versions I used to really come into this form and change it and mark it as ready for invoices, but now with all these improvements we can just do it from here. Yep, this is ready for invoicing. I'm not gonna add anything else, and let's go back to the contract itself. Just save and close. I can simply press the back button, but I'll avoid that. Now here my I'll just confirm a contract because I'm not planning to do any further edits on this one. For more detailed examples we'll cover something on a different contract. So I'll go ahead and confirm the contract. It will run in the background. I'll just refresh. Must have been done by now. I did get a toast notification here. Now simply because we have made milestone ready to invoice, if I click on create invoice, it should create a Pro-Forma invoice for me for the value we selected as ready to invoice. So create invoice is running in the background. Let's look forward to the toast notification here. It takes a while. Yep, this is created. Now let's go and look at the invoice itself. And as you see, we had marked one milestone as ready to invoice, and it created of that amount only. So at this point you have created a Pro-Forma invoice. Again, this is an invoice internally for your organization. This is not supposed to be sent to the customer. Ideally it should go to any ERP system, be it Dynamics 365, finance and operations, or any other ERP you're planning to integrate with, and the invoice gets processed there, all the right taxation localization gets applied there, and then you can choose to update the integration to come back and update the values, like what the final amount is, what the taxes are applied, and so on. Okay, now at this point you have gone from sales to billing or a deal to Pro-Forma invoice in 3 short videos. So this is kind of the end of the first cycle. This is the simplest way to get to a Pro-Forma invoice, and from this start to end point, which I showed through these 3 demos, this kind of sets the framework for what the rest of the project operations course video series will be. So I just wanted to quickly show you from start to end how you can go through one cycle without feeling overwhelming about that you have to set up a whole lot of settings in project operations for you to really get project operations working for you. So hopefully this series helped you, and look forward to upcoming series. I'll update all the details in the description of each of these videos and tag all the playlists together. So again, thank you for your time, and I hope you find value out of using Pareto operations core, and I'll continue to post more videos. Thank you again.